If you've ever tried digging in your garden only to hit a sticky, heavy layer of clay that clings to your shovel like wet cement, you're not alone. Clay soil is one of the most common soil types in home gardens, especially in the United States, Canada, and Australia where Botanical Bliss viewers are tuning in. And while it may not seem like a gardener's dream at first glance, the truth is far more nuanced. Clay soil can either frustrate your efforts or become your garden's greatest ally. It all depends on how you work with it. Let's skip the fluff and dig straight into what you need to know. Understanding clay soil. A double-edged sword. Clay soil is made up of very fine mineral particles that pack tightly together. Unlike sandy soil that drains too fast or loamy soil that offers the perfect balance, clay holds on to everything: water, nutrients, and unfortunately, too much moisture if you're not careful. When wet, it's sticky and slow to dry. When dry, it's rock hard and nearly impossible to break up. But this same density is what gives clay soil its best qualities. Clay retains more water than any other soil type, making it ideal for surviving dry spells once plants are established. It also holds nutrients like a sponge, especially essential elements like calcium, potassium, and magnesium, and because of its density it offers excellent anchorage for larger plants, giving roots a strong grip and added stability during harsh weather. But here's the flip side: poor drainage and compaction. Because the particles are so tightly packed, water doesn't flow through easily, which can lead to soggy conditions and root rot. Compacted clay also creates oxygen-poor environments underground, meaning roots can literally suffocate. That's why some plants completely fail in clay while others thrive like champions. So, is clay soil good for plant growth? The honest answer: absolutely, if you choose the right plants and give the soil some thoughtful care. 8 plants that absolutely thrive in clay soil. Let's take a closer look at 8 plants that not only tolerate clay but seem to love it. Whether you're landscaping, creating a perennial border, or starting a vegetable patch, these plants will reward your effort. Roses are perhaps the most iconic example of a clay-loving plant. They adore the firm support and nutrient-dense conditions that clay provides. In fact, many rose gardeners swear by clay soil, claiming it produces deeper blooms and longer-lasting plants. Just make sure the area drains reasonably well or amend it slightly with compost. Alchemilla mollis, or lady's mantle, is a charming perennial that thrives in moist, heavy soil. Its scalloped leaves collect dew and rainwater like natural chalices, and its frothy lime-green flowers light up any border. In clay soil it holds its own beautifully and spreads slowly to form attractive mounds. Hydrangeas are another clay-loving favorite, especially if you're looking for drama and impact. They appreciate the moisture-retaining properties of clay, especially in partial shade. With the right soil pH, you can even play with the flower color, a bonus for any experimental gardener. Beans and peas, often seen as more delicate, actually do quite well in clay soil, especially when grown in slightly raised rows or mounded beds. Their shallow roots benefit from the nutrient retention, and as long as the top layer is cultivated and loosened, they flourish. Squash and pumpkins thrive in clay soil once you amend it slightly at planting time. These big-leaved vegetables love nutrient-rich environments, and clay offers the slow, deep moisture they crave as they put out sprawling vines. Enrich the soil with compost in each planting hole and you'll be amazed by their performance. Potatoes might seem like a gamble in heavy soil, but they actually thrive when grown in wide, shallow trenches in loosened clay. The key is avoiding overwatering, especially in early spring. Harvesting is easier too, since the tubers stay closer to the surface in compact soils. Fruit trees like apples and pears do exceptionally well in clay. Their deep root systems anchor securely, and once established they can draw nutrients and moisture from deep within the soil profile. Be sure to start them off right with a generous planting hole and organic matter. Sweet corn, especially mid to late season varieties, also shows promise in clay-heavy gardens. These tall plants are wind-pollinated and require strong support from their root systems, something clay can easily provide. Just make sure your soil is warm enough before planting, as clay warms more slowly in spring. Even though these plants thrive in clay, your soil will still need some help. The biggest mistake gardeners make is trying to change clay soil overnight. But clay isn't your enemy, it just needs amending, not replacing. The single best thing you can do is add organic matter, compost, well-rotted manure, leaf mold, or even grass clippings. These additions help improve soil structure, making it more crumbly and workable over time. Organic matter also increases microbial activity, which naturally aerates and balances the soil. Avoid tilling deeply when clay is wet or dry. When wet, it becomes sticky and smears. When dry, it turns rock hard and resists tools. Instead, wait until it's moist but workable. Use a garden fork to gently loosen the top few inches, working in compost without turning the soil too aggressively. Raised beds are a powerful solution for clay gardeners. You don't have to go overboard. Just raising the soil 6 to 12 inches with enriched topsoil and compost can help improve drainage and give plant roots a better start. This is especially helpful for vegetables or young perennials. Mulching is your ally. A thick layer of mulch helps suppress weeds, retain moisture in dry periods, and soften the soil surface over time. In winter, it helps prevent cracking and protects roots from freeze-thaw damage, something clay soil is particularly prone to. And if you're planting large shrubs or trees, dig generous planting holes wider than they are deep. Fill around the roots with a mix of native clay, compost, and perhaps a bit of sand or grit to loosen the structure. Avoid burying the crown too deep, and always water deeply after planting to help roots settle. Clay soil doesn't mean compromise, it means strategy. Gardeners often fall into the trap of blaming clay for all their plant problems. But with the right strategy, clay can become your garden's greatest strength. It's stable, rich, and surprisingly resilient. Once established, many plants grow stronger and healthier in clay because they're not constantly struggling for water or nutrients. The real trick is to work with the soil you have, not fight against it. Choose clay-tolerant plants, amend thoughtfully, and mulch consistently. Over time, your clay soil will become not just workable, but productive and full of life. Whether you're growing lush hydrangeas in the back corner or harvesting giant pumpkins come autumn, clay soil can deliver beauty and abundance. All it needs is a gardener who understands its rhythm. If this guide helped you understand your clay soil better and gave you ideas for your next planting season, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Botanical Bliss for more deep dive gardening content like this. Got a favorite plant that grows great in clay? Drop it in the comments and share your tips with the community. And don't forget to share this video with a fellow gardener who's ever battled heavy soil. You might just help them unlock their garden's full potential. Happy planting and see you in the next video.